He's like, oh man, I've been waiting so long. It just wouldn't
I'm
work.
dying right now.
You're still getting tatted right now?
Yeah, bro. I thought I was gonna be out of here by the time this joint started, to be honest, but I'm not. So I'm taking one for the team though. It's the tribe tat, you feel me? So we out here.
Oh, it is the
Are you
tribe
really?
tat.
No, I'm just kidding.
See? Disrespectful. Get this thing out of here, man. That's crazy.
It's Justin, the editor of Rapzilla.com, and I am here with 4 people. 2 of them you know as members of Indie Tribe, and 2 more of them are actually also now members of Indie Tribe. DJ Mykael V and Jon Keith. What up? What up? What up?
Yes,
sir. Yes, sir. New members.
Yes,
Welcome, KD and Kyrie. Am I right?
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Except I don't watch basketball, so I'm gonna say Denzel Washington and another guy. Yeah.
Denzel and Morgan Freeman.
It's Adam Sandler and Kevin James in the building.
There we go.
All right, well, we'll take it. So guys, this is super exciting, obviously, for CHH, for you guys. I know you guys have all been friends for a super long time. Mykael, I feel like people think that you are already kind of an unofficial member. So how did this officially happen?
So it's actually funny because I've always coined myself as the unofficial member of Indie Tribe since its inception. And I've been asking Dill to be a part of Indie Tribe since its inception. Like, I've always been down for the cause, but like, that's my boy, and I've supported Tribe. And people always like will come up to me after me and Dill would do shows and stuff and be like, oh, are you in Tribe? And I would just literally look at Dill and I'm like, am I in Tribe? And he would be like, I'm not answering this right now. And then, avoid. But we're here now.
I'm not going to answer this right now.
But nah, it's I've been an unofficial member, bro. And now I'm an official member, and it's been a tremendous honor, and it's been an amazing ride so far, even though the ride is just starting. To kind of like champion this, man, because it's like even if I wasn't like an official member, I would still care just as much and invest just as much time into it as I do now that I'm a part of it, if not more. You know what I'm saying? So it feels great to be a part of it, man, like officially now.
Yeah, man. And what about you, Jon? I know you were just part of King's Dream with Ruslan, but that kind of ended a lot before, that was actually announced. So was it like a straight jump, or did you have some time in between with Ruslan and Indie Tribe?
I basically left Ruslan for Indie Tribe. No, I'm joking. I'm totally joking. So I left King's Dream, and then I just started kind of getting ready to just grind by myself. As a matter of fact, first time when Mykael brought up the idea of me joining Indie Tribe, I was like, no.
Nah, tell the story, bro. So
Mykael calls me, FaceTimes me one day. I answer the phone. Mykael V there, shirtless, headset on, playing video games. I go, what's up, bro? He goes, you trying to join Indie Tribe? And I was like, you're not in Indie Tribe. How you handing out tickets to Indie Tribe? You're not in Indie Tribe. He said, bro, do you want to join Indie Tribe? Like, and I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, bro, they're about to let me in. I think you should join Indie Tribe. And I was like, no. And then like, we didn't really talk about it much. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, nah. And then I kept it pushing. And then one day Dill texted me. He was like, Dilly, hey, yo, in another world.
How did I have that voice in text?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. The answer is yes. He said, Dilly, in another world, would you be down to join Indie Tribe? And I was like, man, in another world player, that would be fire. But in this one, nah. But it wasn't because Indie Tribe, like,
it was not like that at all. It was not like that at all. It was not what you said.
Dill, how did it happen? This
I
is
mean,
like
it was
in a show or in a movie. Everyone's giving their perspective, and it's like wildly different. And then
actually just let him go because I got to defend myself from both of what they said. So let him finish.
Hey, hold on. All right, no, okay. Really, what I told him was, hey, yo, in another world, like, if I wasn't, doing this, and that, like, that'd be a dream come true. And he was like, word. And then we talked a little bit more, and I told him about what I was trying to do, and then, we just kind of had conversation back and forth for a while. You know what I'm saying? It was at least a month or two before we were just kind of talking about, what could potentially benefit, you know what I'm saying, what I'm trying to do. And
when he found out that he wanted to do it was when he called me. He was like, yo, me and Jordan been praying about it, man, and I think I'm gonna join Indie Tribe with you, bro. And boy, my elation was crazy. Your boy was excited.
Bro, yeah, like, and the reason,
isn't Jordan what pushed you over the edge? Isn't she the one that told you like you need to just do it?
yeah, so I was having conversations with multiple people, you know what I'm saying? It's like there are some people that have known about this before, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I had a conversation with Klesso, and Klesso was like, man, I feel like that might be a good move, bro. And I was like, oh, word. And I was, talking with Wowie, my producer, and then Jordan. We were praying about it and everything like that. And then one day I just, texted Dill with 4 horse emojis. And then yeah. But I mean, like, the reason it was such a, I was always down for it because I was like, man, I've been super close with Mykael for a while. You know what I'm saying? I had just recently got closer with Dill. And then I was like we talk all the time. Anyways, Mogli was the only one that I wasn't in constant, communication with, but we had met a couple of times and it was like, he's super cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could definitely see myself being friends. And so after that was when I started to see, and also we could make some crazy music and like, this could be some crazy things. So yeah. And that's your boy.
So how does that affect what you were trying to do with like the village stuff?
So like the village is just a different model than Indie Tribe. It's not the same thing. The Indie Tribe is a group and like a collective, and like it moves like that. And the village is a gang. We just like, you know what I'm saying, like show up, beat people up, take things, bounce. You know what I'm saying? Like it just is what it is. And
so you're the added muscle to Indie Tribe, is what you're saying.
Oh,
me and Mykael are both that, but it's a different way. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
So Village is a version of colonialism, basically. Cool. Good to know.
This man is wild right now. No.
We need to hear more from Mykael. So Mykael, what are you doing for Indie Tribe? Are you going to be DJing like for everybody? Are you dropping your own projects? Like what's your role?
So it's funny you ask, and I appreciate that question. So
you're welcome.
If I'm being real with you, bro, so my job in Indie Tribe, I feel like apart from the music, I've kind of like done it myself of like talent scout, like, yo, we should work with this person, like the stuff I do on my own, but just now with them included. So kind of like, you know what I mean? Just like keeping my eyes out, A&Ring songs and some project. Yo, I feel like me and Mogli as A&Rs are like the freaking D-Generation X of all of this. Cause Mowgli's brain and just statistical knowledge and like all that, like everything that he knows, he's a supercomputer. Like with my knowledge and just feelings of things, bro, I think that's just what made this project as amazing as it is, aside from how talented everybody is. But yeah, just A&Ring, just like looking at stuff. I'm gonna be dropping my own songs and project very, very soon. Just expect it to be a little more, you know what I'm saying, like HQ, like a more high quality, more thought out, more thoughtful. It's crazy because before I said yes to join Indie Tribe, I was gonna drop my first project. And then I was like, yo, you know what? Let me hold off until after all this happens. put all my energy into Indie Tribe and did the Indie Tribe project, and then after kind of use that to kind of catapult forward with the project. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna still be dropping my own music, my own projects and stuff like that. And then when we come together, I'm more so of the A&R executive producer, like trying to sift through things, sift through beats and concepts, and help out any way I can.
Dope. So, all right, let's get to the smaller or the other elephant in the room. Dill, Mogli, obviously last year, probably, what was it, like around June, 2 tweets go out, 2 members of Indie Tribe out, back to back, like an hour apart, at least publicly, RG and Jerry Mana. So, like, I don't know, how did you guys process all that? You know, I know that may have been a while coming and certain stuff like that.
We found out about those tweets. So, I mean, we had conversations before, you know, and we were kind of thinking about like, all right, how are we going to navigate this? You know, how do we want to tell people? Like, what's the situation? And I saw the tweet from RG the same time you did. And then
I texted you. I was like, oh, you knew about it? And you were like, I didn't know either.
Yeah. So that kind of happened in typical Raul fashion. And then it was like, all right, well, cat's out of the bag. But that was it, you know, obviously it wasn't a shock or anything for us, but it was like, all right, well, that question answered itself, you know, and then Jerry kind of followed right in afterwards. So, you know, it is what it is, but that, I think, that kind of forced us to, already we were kind of in the space, we were having the conversations about like what to do next, where to go next, what direction do we want to take things, and that kind of just like, all right, well, that's, we don't have to figure out how to tell people anymore.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it all boils down to just creative differences and different expectations for what Indie Tribe is and what purpose is here to fill, and then different ideas for like solo careers. It was all artistic, you know, differences. And we had like many conversations about it before. Like we already knew that was the situation. And we were trying to figure out like how to, like Mogli was saying, like how to navigate that in a way that made sense to the fans who had been with us. But yeah, once the double tweet happened, then it was, you know, that was kind of decided for us.
The 2 tweets heard around the CHH world.
Yeah.
It was just like, all right, here's the shot. And it's like, all right, one more shot just to make sure that we got him. That's kind of how it was.
But no, it's cool because I remember around that time, Dill was like, he was working on the Willie record, and so like everything that was like a huge boost of like energy and stuff. And we just used to go for these walks. We would just go to the park like early in the day. I mean, a lot of stuff was still shut down from the virus, so being outside was like the only time that we could hang. Maybe that subliminally contributed to outside somehow. But you know, I remember when Dill first floated the idea of Jon Keith. Like we were just walking on the Greenway talking about just everything under the sun, and like he kind of said it like kind of like hypothetically, and I was like, you know, yeah, that'd actually be really cool. And I like went home and I like dug it further into like Jon's music and stuff and tried to explore that possibility. And then it was like, and then Dill was like, yeah, I've actually already been talking to him.
So would it be safe to say like A3C, not even last year, now the year before, it feels like last year just didn't happen. That was the first time all of Indie Tribe performed together, right? And then was that the first time you guys really got to interact with Jon too? Like, did that kind of like, it almost went from like the old era into the new era, just that one event?
We had known Jon for a while back. Dill especially. There's a YouTube video. Jon's very first vlog back in like 2017 is like Jon Keith meets Indie Tribe. out in like Arizona or something.
It was LA.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't on that particular tour. But then me and Jon first met each other in South by Southwest, I think 2018. I think hanging with Ruslan, going to Derek Miner's video shoot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first time me and Mogli were able to kick it. But I mean, I met, like you said, I met Dill and Mykael on that back in 2017 actually. And like I met Dill, but you know what I'm saying, we didn't like click right away. It was just like, oh yeah, he's cool. Seems like a cool guy. Me and Mykael are both like very big personalities. And so when you have two personalities like that, it's either gonna clash or like click right away. And it did both. So so like right off the bat, Mykael was my guy, you know what I'm saying? And then we just became super close, all that kind of stuff.
Haven't we already done Bag by A3C?
Yeah, before A3C, you were on my record on Olympus, and we drove up to Arizona. Me and Zach Sparavo shot a music video with you. I think that was the first time us actually being able to hang out. We came in to your mom's house. We met your mom and your grandma and your wife. We went and got food, all that kind of stuff. So that was super dope.
That's a real new relationship. Like you came in and met everybody.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I tried to get his mom to adopt me.
But that's the thing with this roster, man, is like I know these guys. You know what I'm saying? We all know them. Mogli and Jon were like the knew each other the least, but still.
But what's crazy, I think, with me and Jon being the newest relationship in this dynamic, it's been kind of crazy, the different types of chemistry. And even like when we go off and we'll have like these like crazy arguments about whatever type of nonsense thing going on in the culture, like me and Jon like generally like have like a similar mind of thinking, you know, like normally the team is like me and Jon versus Dylan Mykael on a side of like whatever issue. And it comes down to just like the ways that we see the world, I think.
Everybody versus Dylan.
I know he's gonna say.
All right, so let's move on to the music. That was way more than 1 minute. It's not my fault. You guys talked a lot.
We talked about more though. We talked about more stuff.
Nah, I know. So can we know what the 2 means, or we still can't know what that means yet?
I was not expecting that at all. 2 is, I don't know. Should we talk about that?
2.
I mean,
it's such a special place in my heart personally, because I feel like it came out of just adversity and created something beautiful.
Lower.
Yeah. 2 means a lot of things, but the general umbrella of 2 is just like, yeah, like Mykael was talking about, like coming out of adversity and like starting over, like the second era. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of little things that go into that. But the time that I started using it in my career was like a restart for me, essentially.
Yeah, so it's like the second era, the 2 of you, now the 2 new people. So it's just like, it has a lot, right?
There's a lot.
Okay.
There's a lot. There's that, and there's more. But yeah, I mean, I'm saying it's a lot.
Okay. All right. So before we talk about the first Indie Tribe single of Holy Smoke, we got to talk about Outside. It's a vibe. Dill, I saw that you posted you were kind of inspired by Justin Bieber, by Holvey, a couple of other people. So, how did you kind of create that or want that soundscape to go? And then, Mogli, like we got a very clean, non-compressed, distorted, pure vocal Mogli over the chorus. So can you guys, I guess, talk about the track a little bit?
Yeah. So that tweet about Hovey and Bieber and Montel was just, that wasn't connected to Outside at all. That was just like, I just be inspired by them. But
it has that sort of like that open, airy, this isn't necessarily hip hop, but it's also hip hop sort of feel, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. So really, Mogli is the like primary spark for this song because he wrote the concept and the idea and then brought it to me. So I was riffing off of Mowgli's genesis of this song. That's why I say, I mean, I wasn't saying anything negative. It just genuinely wasn't from them because it was like all sparked from Mowgli's hook. He had the hook done before I even touched it. You know what I'm saying? So like, he can talk about the hook, but that's what sparked me was Mowgli's hook. And when he like conveyed the idea to me at the camp.
So yeah, basically we were when we made Outside and Holy Smoke, basically we were living together for like a week. And that was like a really cool experience because like you get to know people different when you're spending, all your time with them. And we were very structured in the way that we did things. Like every morning we had a Bible study together. We cooked breakfast together. We cooked dinner together. After the Bible study, we'd have like an hour of like solitude, like prayer time. And it was actually coming right out of that time that I was just listening to the beats that we had for the camp and walking outside. And it was a situation where like, as soon as I was listening to that beat, like the hook wrote itself in within a span of like minutes. And it was like, this is a record that Dill really needs to be on. So yeah, it was just a really cool process. And I pitched that one and another song that didn't end up working out, I think, at the camp at the same time. And then Dill had his verse within like the first verse you had in like 12 hours.
Yeah. Well, I wrote the very first version of the first verse like almost immediately, but then I like rewrote everything multiple times because that first one was not it. Remember the first one started with what was it?
Thank you. It was I got you. Don't even worry about it. Dilly, thank you for the birds and bees. It was thank you. It started with thank you for the birds and bees.
It was
like 70% similar. The first version of the first verse to what came out.
It's different.
Certain things been hurting me.
There's like keys that are different.
There's keys, but the major lines were the same. Like I only know the wind because of the way it moves the leaves.
Yeah,
I know that the doctor's good because I survived the surgery.
Yeah. Remember the whole part that you liked after that, Mogli? I took that out.
Yeah, it's true.
He made an incision. I was superstitious, but he's so good.
It's crazy because I don't even remember it now.
That's what I'm saying. It's very different, bro, because there was that whole thing. And he sewed up. He was so good. I didn't need no stitches. Something, no need for Christmas. There was like a whole thing I took out.
Wow.
Yeah.
You made the right call.
Yeah, for sure.
That's dope because you guys like I feel like that's not a common thing in hip hop. That's more like a band thing. Like the band goes to like a cabin and they're like, let's write our next album together, or they all get in the studio together. So like that was a cool exercise. It
isn't a common thing in hip hop, but it is a common thing in the greats of hip hop. Like hip hop is like it is more of a like people email and send files and stuff, but like the great albums and the great artists, like that's how Kanye made My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. So like after experiencing just the format of creating together like that, it's like it's hard to go back to not making music like that, to be honest.
Yeah, you all just bring the best out of each other. Now, Jon, we can definitely hear you at the end on the gang vocals.
No, I don't know what y'all talking about, man.
Mykael, is that you on the really low in the mix doing harmonies?
Yes, it was.
Was it?
No, it wasn't.
Yes,
it was. How you gonna tell me?
I know Mykael can sing, so I was just guessing like who else was on there.
Yo, Jon's a jerk, bro. I was on there doing like, what I'm saying, my little low.
I know what you sound like. I've heard you
I didn't say you weren't on there. I said the low harmonies. That was Fred Hammond. That was Fred Hammond.
Was Fred Hammond.
It was Fred Hammond. Bro.
Yeah,
your voice is in there, but the low harmonies, that was Fred.
Right, because so we were singing the melody, Mykael. Everybody was singing the melody except Fred Hammond who was singing the harmonies.
Yeah,
Wait,
Fred
shout
Hammond
out
did
to
the
him,
harmonies.
man. That's like who'd have thought?
All right, so it was all four of you, and then Fred Hammond.
Fred Hammond.
Yes.
That man.
Chelsea's in there.
No, the big
I
homie
forgot.
Fred.
Chelsea's in there singing the,
Oh yeah, yes.
the melody too.
That's
Yeah.
why. Oh, Mykael, I believed in you, bro. I feel like you could have.
He was on it. He was singing the melody.
He is singing.
No,
He's
no,
just
but the
singing the
harmony.
melody.
I heard the harmony like super low, and I just
The low
I just-
harmonies. Yeah.
Which part are you talking about, Justin? Can you sing what you're talking about so we can?
It was like the riffy one, the one that was like running underneath.
That was Fred.
That was Fred Hammond.
Yeah, it was
That
low.
was
It
Fred.
was.
That
I
was
wasn't
the
gonna
big
try to
homie
sing
Fred.
it to you, but it was low in the mix.
You know what, man? There's just people in your circle who just don't want you to win. You know what I'm saying?
The big homie Fred needed his shine, Mykael. Stop playing, bro. The big homie Fred pulled up. He did us a solid. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like
All right.
we should tell Justin what we're talking about here.
Okay. Look,
Go, give
so
me something.
the big homie Fred is really me pulling my cheek out, singing low.
That's
all
true.
the that is
What
all
he's
the
saying right now is
explanation that
true,
you get.
Justin.
That is all the
Do it
explanation.
right now. Do it right now. Do it right now.
That right there. That's the big homie Fred.
We literally.
That's
that
all I
is.
need for this interview. We just cut that up. We just throw it up. That's it. That's all your promo.
That's
we
it.
literally have
Tell
a
from that
video.
clip that it's real.
Yeah, we have a video in the moment. It was probably like 4 a.m. And then John just reaches into his cheek and just pulls the side of his face to the other side. We're in the room. We're trying to contain the laughter. It's ridiculous, man.
Like first he was like, to do this voice, I gotta sing like I have a sandwich in my mouth, and he did it without pulling his cheek. And then it's like it clicked, and he pulled his cheek to really get it, and it was perfect, man.
How many takes?
3.
Of the Fred Hammond, it was yeah.
Yeah.
Of
It
the
was-
Fred Hammond.
Only because I kept
all
laughing.
together.
You should have put featuring Fred Hammond and then just not even said anything.
We
All
don't
right.
want to smoke with the real goat though.
All right. Well, speaking of smoke, we got Holy Smoke. So why doesn't the first like official new Indie Tribe single have everybody on it? And like, how did you designate that as like this is the one that we're showing you guys first?
So it's all balanced. You know what I'm saying? So we did the covert release with Outside, which is me and Mogli, you know, so that to keep because it's before the announcement of the new members. So it's like a little like pump fake or whatever. And then Holy Smoke, you got the boy Jon Keith in full effect. You know what I'm saying? So there's like balance in that.
And I feel like Holy Smoke is just fun, bro. Like
Well, that's
it
your
was just-
intro. Like you went in on that verse. That's the first thing people are gonna say. Jon Keith, Indie Tribe, first verse, and you just how many bars was that? Was that like 36 or something like that?
I don't know. I lost
48?
count. Because look, we had the one version, right? Of me and Dill going back and forth, and it was like a different sequence. I think I actually had the first verse, and we both were rapping shorter, and then we ended up redoing it, and Dill was rapping longer, and I was like, "Ooh, yay!" And so you know what I'm saying? I didn't even count. I was just like, "Yeah, let's go. Let's make it longer." Like this joint is, and like hearing like Dill is one of those rappers where like he inspires you to go, okay, yeah, I want to get absolutely ridiculous on this joint, because I heard those new bars that he brought in and I was like, oh, absolutely. Let's go. Let's do it. So Holy Smoke was just like, it was that joint that just, I mean, it had to be a single. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, all over this. Like you guys sound like you're having like a ton of fun. Like the chemistry is super there. Like
Absolutely.
you guys are all in it. It sounds exactly like what you said, Mogli, that you guys went away and it was like, hey, we just went and have fun. We just wrote a bunch of songs. All right. So Dill, in the song you rap, I drop lowercase to let you know it's not about capital.
Let's get it going.
So let's go. You've been mentioning capital a lot in a couple tracks.
You know,
And in this one, you straight up said that. So tell
Yeah.
me something. Tell me something about that.
You know, it's always more than one meaning with me. It's just what it is. And like, you know, I wish I could tell you different, but I can't. It's always more than one thing, you know. But so lowercase, obviously, the first project after I left Capitol, right? The name was a creative. It was a little Easter egg in and of itself, you know, and it also had multiple meanings because the name, the brand, everything, all lowercase. But it also was the tape I dropped after I left Capitol. Everything was all caps on it as another Easter egg. And then to let you know anything about Capitol, because I had access to a lot more money on the label, right? But dropping the project independent was on one hand to inspire like independent artists and rappers and my fans to know like it's not about like having that capital behind you, having the money behind you. Like it's not about that. It's about like, can you connect with the fans? Like, can you give them what you love? You don't have to have that huge budget to be able to do it. And then also to let you know it ain't about capital. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's a lot of metaphors. You just like,
I like it.
People, you know what I'm saying?